man. It's your boy Coop, man. We back at you with another one of these interviews, man. I'm proud to say I caught up with a working man, a hard working man. I'm definitely a fan. First and foremost, I must say before we get started, man, you've been doing an outstanding job, man, with your body of work, man. And I appreciate you giving me the time for this interview. But we got the Gatlin, man. What's up with you, bro?
Hey, what's up with you, man?
Man, it's you, man. It's about you tonight. First things, how was your Mother's Day weekend?
Oh, it was beautiful, man. Same thing I do every year, man. Just spending with the family. Let the ladies know in the family that they appreciate it. So we take it light them days.
Indeed. People who don't know, man, let everybody know where you're from, man. How long you been doing this rap thing?
Shit, man. I really started, putting money into my shit, man, and really just taking my craft seriously, man. It's been like 8 years, you know what I'm saying? But a nigga always, had that bug in him, always did some type of writing and, some type of fucking around in one form of fashion. But yeah, man, I really started, taking my craft seriously. I noticed people was paying attention, about 7, 8 years ago, man. I've been going. You want me to answer that other question again?
Go ahead. You can pick up where you left off at.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, I just been doing this shit like, about 7, 8 years, really just taking my craft seriously, you know what I'm saying? Started noticing motherfuckers was paying attention, man, about 8 years ago, Nigga always had it in him, though. I always been writing and always been around the music in some form of fashion, but I really just started really getting shit popping about 8 years ago.
Well, how big is your catalog right now at the moment?
Oh shit, man, it's pretty big, man. It's pretty long, man. My first year out, I dropped 6 projects. The first year out, I dropped like 3 mixtapes and street albums and shit like that. You know what I mean? And then some years I do a little bit. I do like 3, 4 projects a year, but I try to do at least 2 a year. I've been doing like at least on the minimum 2 a year for the past 6, 7 years, whether it's like a, street album or an official project or a group album, collab type situation. But catalog pretty long, man. Resume is pretty long too, shit. Now that I think about it.
That's what's up, man. So right now you fresh off a release, Elder Creek Market, man.
Yes, sir.
You want to tell us the history behind the first part? I get into the album, man. This is COVID. This is coronavirus, man. How you in Sacramento holding up through this shit?
Well, they got shit locked down out here, man. We can't do no shows, we can't do no pop-ups, no walkthroughs. All that shit is dead right now. You feel me? So as far as like getting the music to the people, man, we really gotta start relying on the internet presence. You know what I mean? I'm pretty much almost done building my website. You know what I mean? And we just gonna funnel the fans through there. You know what I mean? And it's when I dropped this album, I was like on the fence with getting like CDs and shit. Like I still believe in physical. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like tough. It was like a long debate. We want to add CDs to the budget. You know what I mean? Because you spend that money, you definitely want to make it back. So it's like with this shit going on, how do we approach it? And instead of going full blast like I always do, I just cut the order size in half and rely on that good mailing list. You know what I mean? My merch sales is pretty good, so my mailing list is kind of popping like that. And then on top of the internet presence, we gonna make it work, man. We gonna figure this shit out.
Right. So now you got the new album, Elder Creek Market, man. What's the history behind putting this particular project together?
Well, shit, Elder Creek Market, if you're from Sacramento, it's a section in the southeast region. It's the south, but we call it the southeast because it's going towards Rancho a little bit. Elder Creek Road. I'm from the creek, I'm from Elder Creek. So Elder Creek Market is a store that in the hood that, as a kid, growing up, shit, we walk to and from, and you feel me, as you get older, you start doing other things there, your trap work start, all that type of shit, man. So it's basically a story about growing up, you know what I mean? But Elder Creek Market is like the centerpiece of everything, And before I dropped Elder Creek Market, I had an album, 2 years prior called Foreign Road. And, if you listen to Foreign Road, you see, it's pretty much an ode to my area, which is South Sac. You feel me? It's none but South Sac artists on there from, Lab, T-Nutty, to Sebo, Smig, and everybody in between. So that's kind of like, I do a lot of storytelling in my music, about the history, and I like to run resumes and shit. So Elder Creek Market is like a prequel to that. You know what I mean? Foreign Road was kind of like present time, what niggas was going through in life and shit. And Elder Creek Market is like a prequel to that, as a kid growing up. What was it like, when you became a teenager, all the way to young adulthood, all the shit that niggas was going through at that time. So it's kind of like a prequel to Foreign Road, you know what I mean, if you follow my music. But,
not to cut you off,
go ahead, you good.
As far as producers and artists, who did you work with?
Well, I try to keep it, when I create these projects and shit, man, I try to keep the theme all the way through, man. I only use like one or two, maybe three producers. Shout to my man Trackaholic. He did the bulk of the production on Elder Creek Market. I also got shit from my man Siccness, my boy Racimo. I got one on there from Jake Fresh, but mainly Trackaholic. I got 18 records on there. I think he did like 12 of them or something, 10, 11, 12, something like 10, 12 records. And as far as the features go, man, like I said, I like to keep the theme, you know what I mean? So everybody on the album, if you drop in a verse, you from my hood. Jack Rilla is one of T-Nutty's artists, or used to be one of T-Nutty's artists. Shouts to Jack Rilla and my man A.D. I don't know if you know A.D. is, but back in the day when Funk Central was popping with Lil Pig and
Okay.
Pig, I mean, AD was part of that clique. So, I just got them. Them was the only two features I got on the album. Now that I think about the shit, I dropped the album and I got to kicking myself in the ass because I'm missing like Dubsack and El Solo and Slebo, you know what I mean, from High Risk. I try to keep the roots popping. I was trying to kicking myself in the ass, damn near ready to drop a deluxe album and hit the lab and do 3-4 more songs and throw niggas on there. You feel me? But, it is what it is, man. They took it in, they love it. You know what I mean? And it's real grounded, man. In my section.
The name Gatlin, man. Where that come from?
Man, just the way I rap, man. It's like if you know what a Gatlin gun is, you know what I mean? You can control the narrative, the way you shoot your gun, you know what I mean? It's a hand crank machine gun, you know what I mean? So you can do, or you can, you know what I mean? So I ain't got no specific style, man. So, when I first started rapping, my rap name was actually YG the Gatlin, you know what I mean? And then, bro, out there in Compton, old YG came out with the Tooted and Booted, and motherfuckers started, mistaking me for bruh, so I took the YG off the name and I just kept the Gatlin, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's all about, it all got to do with the flow patterns, man. I ain't got a set pattern. I can go any way at any given time,
I checked out the album, man. Decent project, man. What's some of your favorite cuts off the album?
One of my favorite, I ain't gonna lie, one of my favorite cuts is You Can Never Say, featuring D-Dub. Only because I got D-Dub on that shit. I was a heavy Lynch fan coming up, and D-Dub was all over that man record scene. The One More Pound of Smoke and the, you know what I mean, the fucking, what else he was on, Refuse to Lose and shit like that. So
Classic.
Real classic. So when I was able to get him on the project, he's on the hook actually. When I was able to get him to do a hook, I was like, ooh, that's amazing. And then I let my OGs hear that shit, and It was like, bro, where the fuck did you find B-Dub? You know what I mean? You know, but yeah, you can never say. I got another record on there called It Meant Nothing. You know what I mean? A real sentimental record. And then it hit. I got a few favorites on there, man. You know, but I cook, man. I try to cook. I want every record to stand out on its own. So, you know, depending on my mood, you know, my favorite list might change.
Right. And I was checking out the interview, the Elder Creek Market interview you recently dropped, and you know you kept making references to doing other things, and like saying if I quit rap, and then you mentioned you know how long the catalog is already, the resume is. You planning on out on this real soon or something?
I mean, you know, I'm just cooking, man. You know, the thing about me as a person is I don't ever stop growing. You know what I mean? And you know, as much as I've grown with this music, you know, shit, man, nigga gonna grow out of it eventually. You know what I mean? You know, I'm not a naive person. You know what I mean? I ain't no spring chicken. I'm a little bit older. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, my birthday next month. I got a birthday coming up in a few weeks. So, you know, with age comes other interests. You feel what I'm saying? I keep my hands in so many other things that, you know, as much as I would miss the rap game, I would always be a part of this shit. But nigga always doing something different. You know what I'm saying?
Most memorable event that you can speak of at Elder Creek Market.
Most memorable event. I remember, you know, and this ain't even on no gangster shit. You know what I mean? This is just on me coming up. If you listen to a record on there on my album called Last Year, and I think we talked about this in the interview a little bit too. I used to sit up there, man, you know, and I used to sell nickel bags of Bammer. You feel what I'm saying? But also, they had an arcade up there. They had the Street Fighter arcade up there, bro. And I used to tear their ass up. Sometimes I would make more money whooping niggas' ass with Ken than I did selling that motherfucking Reggie. You feel me? You know what I mean? So I remember one time, man, I sat up there one day, man, and it was, you know, I was determined to get off this brick of motherfucking dirt. But man, that Street Fighter game, man, you know, and where we had a lot of Asians in the neighborhood. Shots to all my Cambodian brothers, you know what I mean, all my, you know, my Lemon Hill Posses and MOBs, and you know what I mean, growing up. But I used to tear their ass up in Street Fighter, man. They used to want to fight me, man. They used to want to fight me, man. So just, you know, I just remember whooping all their asses, man. One day I spent all day up there, man. I think I cleared a few $100, man, playing for $1 at a time.
Whoa.
They got something to shit, yeah, man. You know what I mean? And, you know, shit. Matter of fact,
Right.
I took that money and I bought a pair of motherfucking Jerry Stackhouses. I don't know if niggas knew Jerry Stackhouses. I went and got the Jerry Stackhouses, man. But yeah, man, that's you know, that's just some fun shit. You know what I mean? You know, niggas done been through the war, been through life revolving around that area. But you know, I like to keep the light, man. I like to keep the light on this shit, man, because there's so much whack shit going on right now, man. It's crazy.
Indeed. Man, you working on any clothing lines, man? Movies or what? You got anything else going on, a book or something?
Well, shit, man. You know, like I said, man, I keep my hand in a couple things. I've been working on my clothing line for like 2 years, man. I'm almost ready to bring it out, man. It's called Animal Kingdom. I'm gonna start promoting it here real soon. I got a whole bunch of mock-ups I gotta do, you know, the photo shoot and get the package ready for release. But be on the lookout for the clothing line, Animal Kingdom. It's a lot of streetwear. You know, we also pushing the Tree Boy clothing line. Shout out to my man KD over there. You know, we got the store, Stylish Stoner Boutique. We're pushing all Tree Boy clothing brand. You know, good line for the stoners. And I'm just cooking, man. I got a couple projects on the way. Me and Mitchie Slick got an album that we ready to drop. Me and Smig Dirty got an album that we ready to drop. I just be cooking up, man. You know, I just wrapped up my shit with the Mechanic. me and the mechanics finna drop some shit, and I also got my Tonight Show with DJ Fresh on the way. So I got a lot more music to drop. Got a whole bunch of videos to drop. Elder Creek Market is pretty much a movie with the visuals. We got 3 webisodes with that. That's like 5-6 minutes long a piece that you can tune into. So yeah, man, niggas stay working, man. You know, we try to stay in the streets, man, and try to just build, man, and grow this thing organically.
Man, anything we don't know about the Gatlin that needs to be known?
Shit, man. Man, I speak to everybody, man. I ain't hard to get a hold of. You know what I mean? A lot of people, you know, when they get these verses and they reach out for, you know, for work and, you know, shows and all this shit, man. I don't know, man. They think I'm kind of like hard to approach or unapproachable, or I require a lot, or you got to go through a lot, man. I'm a regular nigga, man. Just, you know, I just want the world to know that, man. I'm a regular nigga out here grinding, man. And I'm at everything. I speak to everybody, you know. I fuck with everybody. You know what I mean? You know, shit, straight like that, man. You trying to work, man. If it makes sense, tap in. We gonna get it going. Not hard.
Man, word up, man. Elder Street Market in stores available, online stores, man. They can get them straight from you too, right?
Man, all you gotta do is bang my line. Like I said, I got the website on the way, but shit, follow me on Instagram at @Gatlin, _Gatlin. Shit, you know, it's just a million ways to get the dollar to me, and you know, my mailing list is good, so tap in, man. I got merch, T-shirts, CDs, all type of shit, man. So just tap in with me, man. I got what you need.
Check out his visuals on YouTube, man, on Siccness.net as well, man. He's been dropping a lot of dope shit, and he got the artillery packed up for some more shit, man. Stay tuned into this guy, man. He's real dope. If you ain't been hip, get hip, man. It was a pleasure.
Yes,
I appreciate your time.
It's all good, man. Hey, shout out to Siccness.net, man. Fucking with the Gat, man. I fucks with you back. Let's keep this shit pushing, man.